Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our Braille session, introduction to the parts of PERKINS Braille machine, as I had promised yesterday in the evening. And so here we are to take you a journey into the PERKINS Braille machine. So this is the PERKINS Braille machine. As you are able to see, we learned about different types of braillers, and one of them was the PERKINS Braille machine. So I'm going to take you to the parts of the PERKINS Braille machine. And as I said yesterday, that the very first part is the handle. The handle is the very first part of the PERKINS Braille machine. And we say that the handle is used to carry this machine from one place to the other. Number two, we talked about the paper feed knobs. Paper feed knobs, there are two, one on the right, and we also have another one on the left. They are called the paper feed knobs. They are used to roll the paper into the machine and also out of the machine. We also have the margin setters. We have the two margin setters, one on the right and another one on the left, and they are used to set the margin as a limit where you start embossing and where you end your embossing. And both of them are flexible. They are able to move from one point to the other. So you're able to see they can move from one point to the other. They are called the margin setters. They are used to set the limits where you start embossing and where you are going to end your embossing work. We also have the bell. We have the bell. So the function of the bell in a PERKINS Braille machine is to give you a warning of the remaining Braille cells to the end of a Braille line. To give you a warning on the remaining Braille cells on a Braille line. We also talk about the paper match. This one here is called a paper match, and this paper match is now used to give the paper the line. When you are rolling the paper into the machine, for it to go straight, it is being guided by this paper match. It's also called a paper guide. It guides the paper into the machine. We did not talk about a roller. This is called a grooved roller, and it has rubbers. You can see there are black rubbers here, and the function of this roller is again to help in rolling the paper into the machine. We also have the carriage lever. We have the carriage lever. When you press it downwards, when you press the tip downwards, it makes the embossing head to move from the left to the right and also from the right to the left. It's called the carriage lever. And then we also have the embossing head. The embossing head, this is what carries the embosser itself that we are using to develop the braille dots. As you are able to see, I'm embossing letter P, and you can see that letter P is developing from right to the left clearly. So that one is the embossing head, and anytime you are embossing, it moves from left to right as a rule in English language, that we write from left to right and not the vice versa. And then we now have the braille keys. We have the braille keys. On the braille keys, we have the first one on the left. We have the first one on our left hand side, which is called the line spacer. This line spacer, whenever you press it, it allows the paper to move outwards. That is, allows you to navigate from one line to the other. It's called the line spacer. And the one that is found at the middle, the one that appears to be big, is called a space bar. This space bar, we are using it to space between a word and another word, or between a letter and another letter. This one is called a space bar. And then we have the one that is found on the right hand side. This one here. This one here is called the backspacer. Whenever we press it, you will see the carriage lever together with the embossing head moving backwards. So it's called a backspacer. And then we now have the 6 braille keys, vertically numbered, dot 1, 2, 3 to the left, dot 1, 2, 3 to the left, dot 4, 5, 6 to the right. This is where we develop the braille dots from. The other thing that is also good I mentioned about the Perkins Braille machine is that it was made to live, its shell life should go for at least a minimum of 100 years. That is if it is taken care of. And in rare circumstances, you'll find that this Braille gets spoiled before it leaves its maximum of 100 years. But only if it is not taken care of. Also, when it is exposed to things like dust, to dampness, it is not covered, it is just placed carelessly on the floor, and that will affect this Perkins Braille machine. For those of you who want to get to know more about the other parts that are not visible of the Perkins Braille machine, if you get time after you have done whatever you are doing at the certificate level or the diploma level, you can think of pursuing Braille to its maximum by registering to do a certificate in Braille proficiency, so that you can be able to understand the deep and the inner parts of the Perkins Braille machine. Otherwise, thank you very much for tuning in, and also for learning with us. Have a lovely afternoon.